Okay, Rick, listen to me, buddy. If for 100 speeches you talk about the debt crisis, but on one page in your website you talk about banning porn, the media's going to talk about you wanting to ban porn.
Of course.
That's it. And here we go. Santorum says America is suffering a pandemic of harm from pornography, which is toxic to marriages and relationships and contributes to misogyny, violence against women, prostitution, and sex trafficking. He says Obama has turned a blind eye to it, and as president, he would not. Behind Kony 2012 will attempt to address its critics today. In spite of unanimous agreement about the evils of warlord Joseph Kony in the now viral film, some have called into question the too little too late timing, as well as where all the money is going to. The group will release a 10-minute video today that, quote, clicks through some of those questions. Kony 2012, by the way, now over 72 million YouTube views.
Andy, I don't know if you've seen my video, Invisible Weatherman.
The Invisible Weatherman.
It is awesome.
It's very good. It's compelling.
Anyway, it's a joke.
15 minutes to the top of the hour. It may be high time for us ladies to take our own advice. Ladies, if you like it, you better put a ring on it, okay? Come on, have fun with me. Recent survey.
I think Katie Burris brought some of those in, too, on Friday's show.
Yes, she did. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Candy Burris, who Mitch's new girlfriend.
I love her.
He loves her.
She's my favorite, but she has a new line of adult novelties.
She does have a new line of
adult novelties.
Yes. Anyway, a recent survey by TheKnot.com and Men's Health, this is your magazine, don't be looking at me like that, found that some men wouldn't mind wearing premarital bling or the man-gagement ring, as some call it.
Why not?
Okay, so this is a survey. This is how it broke down.
Let's just add to the gender confusion. Why not? Go ahead.
17% would wear a man-gagement ring. 5% are wearing one right now. 83% say, no way, no how. So I take it, Andy, you would not wear a man-gagement ring.
What's the point? You know?
Well, I mean, maybe you're trying to show your love for your future bride. She's saying, listen, I want you to wear this until we get married or whatnot.
That's what I have an arm charm for.
Arm charm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so the arm charm keeps you in line. Do you think it's too much, or is it like another, Hallmark card holiday, just something to make money?
It's just another way to sell more rings.
My prom date was a Gorder arm charm.
Your wife is going to get you.
Well, you can sure tell they're in the South. Mitt Romney cooed over cheesy grits. Newt Gingrich denounced anti-Christian Hollywood. Rick Santorum was pretty much Rick Santorum. Ron Paul, by the way, is from Texas, and he never has to pander his message because it's always the same. Anywho, the candidates spent the weekend vying for Alabama and Mississippi, who vote tomorrow. In case you missed it over the weekend, Santorum won Kansas and Romney won Wyoming. Oh, and Guam. Talk about inevitable.
It's a lot. There wasn't a whole lot of changes to that new iPad, but they've sold out anyway. That means if you're looking to get one and you pre-ordered, they're not going to ship for 3 weeks. AT&T and Verizon, they're only taking customers' email addresses for later notification. Last year, it wasn't until mid-2011, third quarter, did Apple claim iPad 2, as they caught up on supplies, had met demands. Okay, you're wanting it, aren't you?
Yeah. One more
Here
time.
it is, baby. Love it.
Oh. Woo! Here's another one from the good idea, bad idea file. University researchers say they have a good idea when it comes to treatment for alcoholism. Unfortunately, it can cause you to suffer side effects like this.
Your suite isn't ready yet, but someone was looking for you.
Some of you may be fearing and loathing this idea. It's giving alcoholics LSD in order to treat their alcoholism. There are some scientists who are revisiting this. There was some research that was done in the late 60s, early 70s.
Oh, when it was legal, by the way.
When it was legal. And this was a time when, during that whole fear and loathing period when there were people who thought that this would be just sort of this mind-broadening, wonderful thing, LSD. And then, of course, we found out that it makes you think the walls are melting.
Exactly.
Well, I think, though, you think about the Mormon religion and how it's
No,
always...
honey, we're talking about LSD, not LDS.
Oh, that's LDS.
You're transposing a couple letters.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on that, but let me look.
You've got too many, Mitch, you've got too many tabs on your tongue. You couldn't get the letters in the right order.
Oh, there he goes again. So then they're going to use alcohol to treat the LSD problem when you're hooked on LSD,
Yeah, you
right?
never
Is
know.
that
I
what
suppose
To their credit, they said they found 59% of alcoholics given LSD showed clear improvement, including lower incidence of relapse and higher rates of staying dry.
Speaking of cans, Madman's John Hamm really got to Kim Kardashian, but then again, who hasn't got to her? Am I right, ladies? He went off of the reality star Friends, telling LUK magazine, quote, whether it's Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian or whoever, stupidity is certainly celebrated. Well, Kim fired back saying, calling someone who runs their own businesses as a part of successful TV show, produces, writes, designs, and creates stupid is careless. I really care what she thinks when I look at that picture.
Well, parents, you lock up your medicine and liquor cabinets, maybe the cleaning supplies for the little kids, but have you considered locking up your spice rack?
Okay.
Well, perhaps you should, because there is something going on that's actually been going on for quite a while called the Cinnamon Challenge. You're seeing it now, where people are trying this and posting them on YouTube. And it's basically where you try to swallow a spoonful of cinnamon in a minute without water. Now, basically, and then you see what happens. People spit it out and they cough and these big clouds of cinnamon, ha ha ha. The problem is, you can't do this. I mean, because it just is physically impossible. And so it's very dangerous, though, because it gets into your lungs.
Yeah, one kid was just hospitalized.
There's been kids hospitalized
Yeah.
doing this. So it's sort of this thing, it's been around for about 10 years, but it's one of those things that's going viral
It's
now.
30,000 different videos of people trying to do this cinnamon challenge.
And it's called
thing.
dragon breath when you blow it out your
Yeah.
nose and your mouth. And apparently somebody in Mississippi, a police chief and 4 of his staff were fired last month for getting busted for trying this whole
Well, they try to
shenanigan.
make a mentally handicapped woman or man
So
do
I
the
heard
cinnamon
you guys said it was
challenge.
dangerous, so
yeah,
that means I've
so
got to
Mitch
try
wants
it
to
here.
do it.
This is cinnamon, as you can see.
Yeah, we just said not to do
There we
it.
go. Yeah, well, we have to show the kids not to do it. This is it. Ready?
Okay.
Do I have any music playing?
Did you swallow it?
Are you okay?
Off my throat. Let it up. I'm good.
Of course, you cheated. You're not supposed to have to walk.
It's time now to play.
Leprechaun or leprosy?
There you go. I'm going to show you a close-up of something. You tell me if it's either a leprechaun or leprosy.
Okay.
Here's our first one. Leprechaun. Oh,
Well, that's a leprechaun's hat. A leprechaun.
I'm going to guess you're fooling us. I'll go with leprosy.
See, I think the same thing. I'm going to go leprosy on this one.
that's a leprechaun.
See,
You
I
don't wanna-
trust
you
you.
don't wanna give it away there. All right, here's our next one.
Oh, that's leprosy. Ooh.
Yeah, that's leprosy.
Leprechaun.
Ah, there we go. Here's our next one. Oh, I wonder what this is. There we go.
A leprechaun.
A leprechaun with leprosy.
Yeah, leprechaun.
It's actually the guy that attacked the hotel maid. That con. That was!
Dominique Strauss-Kahn. Ladies, good news about your annual doctor's visit.
Dr. T, the fillies are getting a little restless.
Most women can go as long as 5 years between cervical cancer screenings now, as long as they make sure to get both a pap smear and an HPV test when they do get examined. The new 5-year guideline is intended for women between the ages of 30 and 65. Women 21 to 30 should go every 3 years.
I love my schmear.
It's a different.
No, honey.
It's totally
different.
That's my
Different.
dad. Oh, let's call him Old Pappy.
Totally different.
That's so not
Good old
right.
Pappy.
So not
Ah, he beat Joe Lewis. Locks.
We are talking about sleek, sexy shades that will have you looking
Look
fun
at
and
those.
fierce.
Oh,
give-
Mitch,
for
those are
spring.
good
I need
on you.
a stick.
No, it's fun and fierce, not blonde.
What?
I can't read the
First
prompter.
up, we have gradient lens sunglasses.
Very cool.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these are good if you like to wear your sunglasses at night or go clubbing. The gradient lens.
Right,
Kind of
'cause it's
chic.
got the,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
The darker to lighter.
Yeah.
Okay. This next one is for the fellas.
Verdict's already in.
The verdict is in, Frank. But the jury is out.
Can't go without those at all, especially when you find a, solve a murder.
And by the way,
You've never made crime solving look so sexy.
I think a janitor did it.
solving crime always makes you go cross.
It's true. You watch Quincy? Kojak.
Finally, wood frames. They will serve as a perfect
they're
pair
for real, really?
For your sun lovers. Yeah, these are very cool, boxy, sporty, or wire. Good choice. They recommend a faded gray to black, or maybe a cool like green lens if you go for the wood, wood frames like bamboo. Very cool, teak. Awesome.
Now, Victoria, our producer, who's actually in my ear right now telling me we have 10 seconds left, is always wearing these gigantic sunglasses.
She looks cute.
I don't think so. I love her. She's adorable. But the sunglasses are bigger than her head.
Guys don't like big sunglasses.
That's because she's got it.
It's probably a bad idea to do everything you read about online. An Arkansas teen launched a police probe after playing a joke that she saw on Pinterest. She picked a random phone number and then texted, "I hid the body, now what?" But as luck would have it, the number belonged to a police detective. He traced the number and launched an investigation. After finding out it was a joke, cops let her off with just a warning. And by the way, the answer, as we all know, to "I hid the body, now what?" is
what is it?
move to Ohio and get a dog.
Oh, ouch!
That one.
I didn't get it either.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking
Q gets
on it.
it.
Yeah, Q gets it. Casey Anthony.
Thank you.
In honor of St. Patrick's Day, we're running
I
down
tried
the
to,
benefits
I tried.
of beer and body checklist. Sorry, dude.
Hey, whether he's roasting Bob Saget or a guest spot on Late Show with David Letterman, our next guest keeps them laughing, but we can all learn a few things from him, including relationships.
Don't do it. Like, my girlfriend is ultra liberal, which I shouldn't even get mad. I guess that's normal when you're 18.
That's right, the pride of New Jersey, Mr. Jim Norton. Hey, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming here. You know what I love about you, Jim, is that you're actually, and this is kind of funny me saying it this way, but you're actually a very smart guy. I got 2 books out. They were on best-selling books.
Yes.
And you also have your show on Sirius XM.
Well, Opie and Anthony's show, I just kind of show
They didn't
up
get, no, I thought they called you the third Mick, right?
Third mic, yeah.
Mike,
third,
I mean.
third mic for understandable for this weekend. That mistake.
We were just talking about saying offensive things, and here I am saying that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about you, where you're from, and where do you get inspired from?
Well, I'm from New Jersey, and I'm inspired by pornography. See at the Improv.
Well, plain and
Boo for Rick
simple.
Santorum.
You know, it's funny you say that. I love you and Lewis Black got in a little trouble, right? With the.
Oh my! I spent the night in jail at Lewis Black. We were on a bus full of naked girls, and it wasn't our bus. We were just kind of calling into the Opie and Anthony show, and this is back when Clinton was president, and the bus kind of went where his parade route was going to be. So the Secret Service got aggravated, and it was humiliating. They arrested us for that.
And did you do it on purpose? I mean, it's all over. You follow that on purpose?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah, because I wanted to go to jail. I wanted to see what it was like.
Really?
To really.
With Lewis Black too. I mean, you know,
I actually
why
just
not?
wanted to see Lewis Black get raped in jail. That was why I did it.
Hey, listen, I've seen it. There's nothing really.
I know. I raped him.
I thought I did it. And I want to stay with the radio thing because on Opie and Anthony, Jesse Ventura, who is a guy. At first, he's huge, but he's he believes in what he believes in, and you
Yes.
kind of went in on him about it, and that's kind of I gained some respect when I heard about that.
Yeah, we interviewed Jesse a couple of different times, and he and I really went at it over the 9/11 conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
And Jesse doesn't like a follow-up question. That's why I didn't like him. I don't mind him having his opinions, but then he comes in with like, "I'm just asking questions here," and you're like, "Oh, sorry, okay, I'm just trying to ask a follow-up question." Okay, well, you go ahead and say what you want to say. He just has that just talk over you type of thing, which I guess is great. He was a good mic guy in wrestling, but we didn't care for each other. I really thought he was going to punch me in the face.
Well, you and I are about the same height, and I mean, was it intimidated, or were you ready to take him?
Well, you did a vasectomy segment. I would have given him one with my teeth. That was the only option I would have had.
It took me a second to catch up. Very good. Jim, you're going to be performing at the Orlando Improv. Very funny guy.
Thanks, man.
You want to check him out. Now, again, he's performing all around the United States, so if you want to find out his tour dates, we have a link on our website, dailybuzznation.com. You click on the Rebuzz tab. Thank you for stopping by, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Good
very
luck,
much.
and watch
Thanks.
what you say to big ex-wrestlers.
I know, it really is stupid, isn't it?